I'm assuming everyone's a new agent. And just kind of let me know, what you did beforehand and all that good stuff. So would you like to start?
I'm Terry.
Terry.
And we work together for a publishing company.
Okay.
Selling, she ran the company and I sold the ads, communed with the community.
Okay. How long have you been on Maui?
36 years.
Wow. Okay. Great. Okay.
Deborah Morrell,
Okay.
and I've been here about 32 years. I ran a publishing company. We had 11 magazines, worked there for about 15 years, did a lot of selling, retired 4 years ago to raise my grandson,
Okay.
and decided to go back to work.
Gotcha. All right.
My name is Virgilio, raised in Lahaina. Before this I was at Diamond Resort selling timeshare.
Okay. Spell your name for me if you don't mind.
Virgilio.
Okay. Braden?
My name is Raiden. I currently still work at the Westin part-time on the other end of his job, setting up the timeshare tours.
Okay.
I've been in sales since high school.
Okay.
My name is Dani. I'm still working as a massage therapist, mostly for myself.
How do you do that? Just joking. Just
That's
joking.
all I do all day long for myself. I feel so good.
Did you say Donnie?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And how long have you been on Maui? And
For about 7 years now.
7 years, okay.
7 years.
Okay.
I actually have taken some of these trainings before, but I missed some of them. And then I had 2 clients simultaneously at the same time, and I realized how crucial these trainings are. So I'm back here.
Yes. Good. They are good. So give you a little bit of my background. For 29 years, I was a residential lender. And the last 14 of those years, my husband and I actually owned and operated a mortgage company. We had 2 offices. It was in the middle of the mainland in the state of Arkansas. We were actually the top FHA lender in the state of Arkansas, which is a more rural state. It's beautiful, by the way. There's a lot of fishing and things. But a rural state, so FHA, USDA, which is 100% financing. We did VA loans, we did those government loans. So we survived through the mortgage meltdown, which was in 2007, 2008. And in 2010 realized that the liability was just gonna get too astronomical. And only the big guys like Bank of America, Wells Fargo were gonna be the survivors through it all. When we entered the business in 1996, 62% of loans in the U.S. were done by small companies like ours. And when we exited in 2010, that went down to 14%. So just a very big overall shift in the lending market. So we moved here in 2012, and I got my license in 2014. So I went to the other side of that because the motivations for me were very much the same, to help people. Maybe not with the financial part, but in finding the home. So, and then I got my broker's license a couple years ago, and I was with a previous company for 5 years on island, and came to Keller Williams in last November. Anyway, all that to say, here we are. With that said, we are going to do probably my favorite Ignite. They're all good. And the training that Keller Williams offers is absolutely second to none. And again, because I've had the experience of another brokerage on island, which was fine, but the people that taught that were telling us this is how I do it. Well, with Keller Williams, the things that we teach are things that have been tried, tested, work for everyone. Now, what you might have to do or want to do is tailor them for who you are and how you operate, right? As you will see, like with scripts and things like that are so very important that you just have to customize them. So you have to customize how you do things. So we're gonna today be talking about database, and we're gonna, because I know people are looking at, we're probably gonna call our people like we do, we'll be doing every time, a little bit towards the end. And so we won't do that right now because there's other people watching probably. Okay, is that all right with everybody? Okay. Don't be afraid to call. So your database is absolutely gold, okay? You guys, everybody, you know, 7 years even, you guys have all been on island 30 plus years. You know so many people, right? So we're gonna talk about how to get that database going and what to do with it, okay? All right, so let's see here. Let us turn, let me get here. Okay, who can tell me what your daily 10-4 consists of?
Add 10 names to your database.
Okay,
Make 10 calls.
okay,
If you do 10 goals in a week.
okay,
10 follow-up notes.
good, good. See, you worked together and you got it done, so absolutely. You know, notes, and as you know, or, you know, I like teaching kind of early on because I know probably, you know, Lisa might have touched on it, but just go to TJ Maxx and get a box of note cards for like, you know, you can get 50 for $2.99. I got black and red ones, which is Keller Williams Colors. So it means so much. How many times do we go to the mailbox and there's just nothing personal in there, right? There's your MECO bill or whatever, and it just means so much to follow up with a written card because it's not done anymore. And because it's not done anymore, it's special. Now, I am an e-card advocate for anniversaries and things like that I'm like, oh, I forgot about it, e-card time, but, you know, and that's better than nothing, but a handwritten note really, really means a lot. Okay, so on page 9, we want to stand up, everyone stand up. Okay. And we're going to start by saying an affirming message out loud on page 9. Okay? Right, number 1 right there. You ready? Page 9? Everybody there? All right.
Mine's not the same as yours.
Everyone, good?
I didn't get that book. I was here.
You didn't get the book?
No, well, I got the
She's
wrong
a different
page.
page 9 than I have.
All right, okay.
We can do it together.
It's okay,
Oh,
I
you
found
said-
it, it's a wrong page.
Virgilio, let me ask Latasha, because you need to get a book, okay? And a nice book, okay. All right, well, it says, I always come from contribution. People will welcome my call, all right? Let's try to say that together. I always come from contribution. People will always welcome my call, all right? That's a mindset, thank you. Okay, that's a mindset.
There.
So remember, you're not in sales. You have information that are gonna help people. And everyone always likes to know about what's going on in the market. You know, they might not be looking right now, but they might know of someone. Everyone knows people. So come from contribution and that people will welcome your call, okay? All right, and we're gonna call later. Okay, so on page 10, we have scripts. Referrals, I'll just read a couple of these here. And actually at page 11. These are really, really good. So if you're new to real estate, you want to, start practicing these and come to script practice. Nicole Burns leads it. Excellent, excellent. Just to do some role playing. getting to a comfort level. That's really what it's all about. So if you're new to real estate, which all of you are, you know, hello, this is Michelle. Do you have a moment? I'd like to share the exciting news that I've become a real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty. And with this new partnership, I have all of their knowledge working for me. Plus my clients get all my enthusiasm and hard work. I thought about sharing this with you because I knew you would be someone to help me grow my business. Then you would go in with the rest of the script. First, I'd like to share my real estate app with you. You can see what's going on anywhere from your street to any place in North America and Canada. They don't have that in there, but it's all over. Well, they say North America, so I say, you know, the US and Canada. You know, it's free, there's no cost to you, and I can send you a text so you can link to it. Does that sound good? And I'd like to ask, who might you know from work, your neighborhood, or a group you belong to who's interested in buying or selling a home or investing in real estate? Can you think of anyone right now? Thanks for taking a moment to think about it. I have a wealth of interesting and timely information about the real estate market in your area, and I'd love to send it to you. Let me make sure I have your current email and address. Oh, you have their telephone number, right? If you call them. And do me a favor, please. If you do hear of someone with a real estate need, will you keep me in mind? Great. After you download the app and try it out, send me a text and let me know how you like it. Thank you for your time, and please let me know if there's anything I can ever do for you, okay? So you want to say it with enthusiasm, right? And the thing is that that app is, you know, good anywhere. You might be talking to people locally, or you might be talking to people on the mainland. With the technology that is unfolding in command, with our partnership with Nextdoor, which you're all aware of, all that? No, not yet. So Nextdoor is a site that it's neighborhood communities, Nextdoor. Go on, okay, nextdoor.com or whatever. And so Keller Williams has partnered with them that, let's say you have someone in Idaho and they're maybe gonna sell their house in Idaho and they're gonna move here for the next chapter of life. Well, you can actually send them a market snap of their property in Idaho. With their Keller Williams app, they can actually pull up their neighbor's house that's on the market because it's GPS driven, houses near me, and see what their neighbor's selling their house for. And so what Gary Keller wants to do is to have Keller Williams surpass what any experience anyone can have on Zillow. And so these are all the things that they are doing. Plus the best thing is that Gary Keller will only do business with people that will sign a data pledge. So they will not release your client's information to anyone, okay?
Is Nextdoor going to market their platform? I never hear people talking about it. I'm actually on it. I didn't realize that's what you were talking about.
Yes.
So are they gonna, I mean, to make the partnership valuable, are they marketing Nextdoor? I don't
Yes,
think it's widely known.
Keller Williams and Nextdoor have partnership to do the market snaps in all the neighborhoods. So with that app, people can actually look up property everywhere.
So they'll be part of Nextdoor because you sent them the Keller app, whether they're aware of Nextdoor
No.
or not.
No, that's a good point, thank you.
That's what I'm asking.
No,
So if
they have
Nextdoor
to
wanted-
do their own sign up for Nextdoor
Okay.
with their email address and things like that. But they don't need to do that because Nextdoor is within
Okay,
the command with
Okay.
Keller Williams.
Got it.
Does it make sense?
Mhm.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, sure. All right. And again, you want to let everyone know, and all of you are local, so really the main thing is that you're new with Keller Williams. And then you share with them just all of the awesome things that Keller Williams has to offer in their technology. Their technology is absolutely second to no one. And I know we're going through some growing pains learning it all, but I sat in on the tech class on Tuesday, and because the websites, how to just go through the Kelly Guide, there's a Kelly Guide exactly how to set up your website that will be going live on the 22nd of this month. So you have time to go in and do your marketing profile and just set up things for your website. And, anyway, and then we had a little bit of time left over, and they just showed how to do, basically a, listing that you can just throw out on your Facebook. And again, you guys have been here for a long, long time. Your Facebook is probably huge. Okay, that's your sphere of influence in your business and things like that. So, you know, just very easily, it took less than like 2 minutes to do this, and this, and just put it out there free to your sphere. Is there another Ignite book? Virgilio does not have an Ignite book.
Sure.
Perfect. All right. As we talked about, page 13, Terry, why don't you start and read on page 13 there about standing out with handwritten notes.
Okay, standing out with handwritten notes, write a note to 2 to 3 people you call to thank them for their
I don't know if
time.
that would be any different than.
And this is a script? Or no,
Uh,
this is then what, an idea of what you would write?
Yes.
What does METS stand
Mets
for?
means you've met,
Oh,
the
METS,
people
I see people
before.
that you've met, okay.
uh-huh, and then we have non-Mets, but
Okay,
Mets.
thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. It was great to catch up with you and to let you know what I've been up to with my business. I'm thrilled to be with Keller Williams, and I am available to you at any time to be an asset and resource to you, your family, and your friends. Please call me whenever you have a question or whenever a question or a need comes up. I'll stay in touch, and I appreciate you and wish you all the best.
Mhm. Okay, and then referrals, if you just continue on, that's fine.
And then if it's a referral to somebody that you don't know,
Right.
thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. It was great getting to know you, and I will look forward to helping you. Please know that I am available to you at any time, and to be an asset and resource to you, your family, and your friends. Please call whenever you have a question or a need comes up. I'll stay in touch, and I wish you all the best.
Okay,
Enclose a business card with each note, stamp and mail from your market center.
and you can actually make return labels with Keller Williams, a little logo on it, and your name and address here. And so that's a good idea to always do that and have it look very professional. Okay, so on page 15, we have get your head in the game. At the end of day 1 of Ignite, you committed to adding 200 new contact names to your database, correct? Let's get into the whys and hows of growing a database by putting the topic in perspective. If you use email, and who doesn't, you undoubtedly are inundated with notices from companies whose websites you visited or ordered from, right? Think Amazon, Zappos, Groupon, etc. When you buy groceries with a membership card or shop at Target with their branded credit card, do those companies give you coupons or send you messages about upcoming specials? Okay, why do you think companies do that?
Remind you to keep coming back to them.
So they stay on top of your head.
Exactly, absolutely. Top of mind. If I, want to get flavored coffee cups, I go to Bed Bath & Beyond. They send me coupons, 20% off, they ship free, so that's who I go to for that, So what you want to do is with your database to think, I think we're outgrowing this place. I'm gonna call Raiden because he sends us a monthly newsletter, or he has us on a touch campaign, in command, and he nurtures and feeds the database. Think of the database as a hungry whatever. Spirit animal. I know that's in the news now. Anyway, whatever, so, but you have to feed your database, all right? You gotta keep it growing. Keeping it growing is going to keep giving you, what do they call that? An MBA. Who knows what an MBA is? It's a massive bank account, okay? So feeding your database Nurturing your database will give you an MBA.
They said NBA at first.
Oh, national, yeah. MBA,
MBA.
MBA, massive bank account. Not a master's of business administration, you have to do more to get that. But, a massive bank account. Okay, so, they send mailers to nearby addresses of potential customers who obviously can get to the physical location or whatever, so, you know, a website, a mobile app, you're putting these things in the hands of your METs, your database. Okay, even if you did not take advantage of a sale or coupon in a given email, in what way was that touch still effective?
Subliminal messages.
Exactly, exactly. You know, they say that postcards sometimes just get, you know, tossed in the mail, but still, I mean, they still know who they're getting them from. And that's just something else that can be done as well. Okay, what is a targeted marketing campaign? Anyone want to take a shot at what they think that is?
To pick a topic like this is what's sold in your neighborhood, and then you send those sold to those people in that neighborhood.
Exactly. You have the capability within Command in your contacts to set up custom tags. So let's say my child is in a soccer group, okay, or grandchild in a soccer group, and you get to know people and have them in their phone and everything, and you just, soccer group, and just do that. So if you get something that maybe you want to just simply do a little flyer in Command, it's on soccer, or there's a news article you want to put into an email within Command, and you just want to send it to the soccer group people, then that's a targeted campaign, sending them something of value that you saw, that you thought that they would like. Boom, it's a touch. And you've got your logo on there, you've got your name, your number, your email. That's how you nurture, okay? As a targeted campaign. For example, the company Glassow began to market its vitamin-enriched water to men and women between the ages of 18 and 49 who indicated that they were interested in health and fitness. And because of this targeted marketing, the Glassow Smart Water brand grew approximately 28% in less than a year. Why do companies, governments, and many other entities keep detailed information on people? The answer is data is valuable. And this is why so many people sell your information. How many emails are you having to unsubscribe from? Maybe you're just starting out. Believe me, you will be unsubscribing continuously when you're in the business a while. I do it on a daily basis. I'm like, Ram, who are you selling our list to? Because they're all going to my, work email. But, I'm kidding there. It's okay, Ram. I guess I'm, no.
That's a double-edged sword, too.
It is. It is.
You named it, that we are unsubscribing, and we put ourselves in a position of being unsubscribed from.
Yes, true. But you know what? If someone wants to unsubscribe from me, that is fine. I don't take it personally. If they want to unsubscribe from my newsletter, I really don't get unsubscribed. If you talk to agents, I ask them, other agents, do people unsubscribe? No, not really. When I touch them once a month. So, those are just things that you'll experience, okay? All right. All right. Of course, the goal and the value is having contact names and information, and then target market to them. Okay, page 17. Deborah, could you start reading there? What is a database?
What is a database? A tool that centrally stores customer and prospect contact information, which is regularly updated with new details and events, can be organized and sorted as needed, and is continually added to in order to increase your business. You want me to continue?
Yeah, that's fine.
Your database on steroids, which is not eEdge anymore, but Command. Automated system designed to work with contacts in your database and your KW websites to help you generate business online and offline with set-and-go marketing campaigns and more.
Okay? Your database is your most valuable asset. Your database is much more than just a list of contacts. It is a living record of all your business relationships, current and potential. Your database is a tool to nurture and manage those relationships, to schedule and track every interaction you have with each person in it. And your well-tended database produces leads. A powerful database managed by a powerful schedule produces a predictable flow of leads. And from a predictable flow of leads, you can expect a predictable flow of business. The size of your database will determine the size of your bank account. Okay? So this is something that the previous brokerage that I was at never emphasized. And this is huge. What they did emphasize was sitting open house at, condos or whatever you can sit open house at. And I mean, I hoofed it. I mean, I sat so many open houses and I would meet people, and we were never even told, we were told to get their email address. But you will find that you need their telephone number and their email address and their home address, right? And if they're off island, still need that, okay? So those are the three things, so very important to go after. So when I joined KW and I had Scott Leroy import my, I was doing a newsletter in MailChimp, but I had him bring over my Paragon and my MLS Paragon and my MailChimp over into it. And then in command, it says how healthy your database is. And my database is not healthy because I have 100% emails, but not telephone numbers. So when I did bold, I will be honest with you, I tried to do bold this last time. And in bold, you need to call like 20 people a day, things like that. I don't have telephone numbers. And you know what I did? I sent out to my whole, database, asking them for their telephone number and their address, and I would like to send them my app. Do you know how many responses I got back? You want to take a guess? How many people sent me their address?
No idea. How many?
3.
Yeah, of course.
3. So I'm telling you guys, go after telephone number, address, and email address, okay?
Would you mind sharing what company you were with previously?
I will after class.
Thank you.
How about that? Go after those things. That is gold. When I would come home from an open house, my husband was like, how'd it go? I was like, good. I got 3 email addresses or whatever. If I got 1, that was good because I was putting them in my database and I was going to send them a monthly newsletter. And I was going to do that touch that is so necessary. And truthfully, then a lot of the people that I met, of course, because I was more comfortable sitting like vacation rental condos in Kihei. I live in Kihei, where I could have signs on South Kihei Road. I mean, that was kind of, my degree's in marketing. So I'm like all about, people need to find me. So, when I'm sitting in an open house, I'm going to blitz it out, put it on Paragon, or if it wasn't my open house, I would ask the agent, would you please put this on Paragon, on Zillow, so people know that I'm there. And Braden has that for me before, and so that's something that whoever you sit for you need to ask them to put it out there. Then you need to blitz it out, put it on our intranet website that you're sitting there, and send it out to RAM agents, if, let them know you're there. And because, it does no good if you're sitting there and nobody comes by. But anyway, so yeah, and then get their information and then do the follow-up on it. I mean, that's gold. And eventually you'll have your database so nurtured and so going that maybe you don't have to sit open houses anymore because you're getting plenty of business just from dealing with your database and keeping those people nurtured and them keeping you top of mind. Make sense? Okay, all right. All right, I know I'm drilling this into you, but it's so important. Okay, all right, so now we're on page 18. According to the National Association of Realtors Survey 2014, 88% of clients would use their agents again, but only 12% do. Why is that, do you think?
We
You
don't
don't
stay
follow
over.
up.
You're right, okay? So you have to keep in touch with them. So when you close a deal, those people now become sellers, right? They were buyers to you, but now they've closed the deal. So you need to mark them as a seller in your database, change them from buyer to seller. So you will need to do a checklist of what you do when you close a deal. You know, you get a thank you gift, and you ask for a testimonial that you can put on Zillow, and you know, if they've had a good experience. So those are things that you do, and then you change them from a buyer to a seller, for example, okay? Just keep your database up to date. All right. So NAR also tells us that on average, people move every 10 years. With 10 years between transactions, agents who don't leverage systems to stay top of mind with their contacts end up experiencing clients who use a different agent. Eventually, in your career, you're going to hear an agent complain indignantly that a friend, a family member, a neighbor, or past client used another agent. If you were to ask that agent if they had used a system to regularly contact their database to remain top of mind, what do you suppose their answer would be?
I don't know.
Just keep in contact with people, okay?
Where are you reading that, Michelle? I didn't see that.
Oh, that's not in yours.
Oh, okay.
That's in red in mine,
I
because
was
I'm
trying
the
to find it
instructor.
too.
Okay.
I have to, I have to think like, okay, but yeah, I have a little tidbits here and there. All right, so every 10 years, you might find a difference here, because we are in such a unique market here, right? I mean, vacation